Saping pang-edukasyon, iba't ibang bagay na karaniwang hindi napapansin, ngunit kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Education Radio. Tara na, makipagtalakayan at matuto kasama si Pia Morato. Education Radio, tuwing Sabado alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga, dito lang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. 8 Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Okay, good morning Manila, good morning Philippines, and good morning world. Welcome to another episode of Education Radio. Here on DZRJ 8:10 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Can you hear me? Narinig ako? And today, thank God, I have a special guest. So excited to speak with him today. Without further ado, I have Chairman Tim Orbas today. Chairman Tim, good morning and welcome to Education Radio.
Good morning, Pia. Good morning to all your listeners and to your viewers. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you for being here. We've been both so busy, especially you, of course. But yes, so I understand all the stress and of course, it's part of what we do. But thank you so much for being here today. So everyone's been talking about, sir, about issues on MMDA. This is daily, sir.
Well, it's something that affects all of us, regardless of where you come from, your age, whether even the expatriates are, they always. It's everyone's concern here in Metro Manila, for that matter.
Right. Traffic talaga. And of course, it's not something we can fix overnight. I know that there have been promises that have been made, like in 6 months and all that.
This has been the product of so many years of neglect.
Yes.
That's something that we have to accept. Years of turning a blind eye to so many things, and I'm not going to point at any administration because it's the truth.
It is.
It has happened to be that way. So, for us to really fix it, of course, the long-term solutions are there. The president has already given the directions, and we have already implemented. We'll have the railways. We'll have about 13 bridges crossing Pasig, all within his administration. We'll have the subway within 8 years. Railways, all connecting the Bulacan, connecting Cavite. You even have the ferry service that's going to be implemented. But all these things will take a couple of years.
Yes.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
So, in the meantime, we need to help each other.
Right.
There's nothing that we can do, and then really try to work things out as if this was a logistics company, then we need to allocate space, allocate time on the road, and then discipline and enforcement put all together.
Okay, to begin with, what does the MMDA do anyway? Right? Because every time it's traffic, people say, I am MMDA.
Oo nga. Oo. But the truth is, MMDA has other functions. We take care of flood control in Metro Manila. We take care of solid waste management, yung pumbasura. No? We take care of urban planning. We take care of public safety. So, and then the health and environment of Metro Manila. So, basically, MMDA is supposed to be your administrative authority of the whole of Metro Manila.
Right. And the hottest topic nowadays is, should we bring back, or have a Metro Manila governor that heads the MMDA, which no one really knew about, or
Yes.
but it has been that way in the past. So maybe you could explain.
Yes, that's a good point. I think we need to look at why MMDA or the predecessor of MMDA was established in the first place.
Right.
Metro Manila, right now, we have about 14 million population. Daytime, evening, it goes up to around 15 million during the day, 600 square kilometers, 17 cities, 40% of our GDP is here. So you really need an authority to govern over Metro Manila, to administer all the concerns here. So that's why during the time of the then President Marcos, he put up what was called then as the MMC, Metro Manila Commission, of which the head was called the governor, which was his wife, Imelda. and then really at that time, the powers that were needed for MMDA or for Metro Manila was there. Powers like the ones who built the railway, LRTA. MMDA had the power over that.
Right.
MMC had power over transportation, over urban planning, and she was called a governor.
Right.
So that was the time of Imelda, and then of course because of several considerations when the other administration came in, specifically the one of the President Aquino, until the last term. And even until now, the powers were decimated. And now what you have is a coordinating, well, in a way what you have is an authority, MMDA for that matter, as a coordinating body.
Yes.
That's one. Number two, you have the resources of MMDA. Before, if you can just imagine, we had a lot less population in Metro Manila, but you had 14,000 street sweepers. Right now, we have less than 5,000.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that
What
was what? That
happened?
was more than 25 years ago. We had, I think, at that time, more than 7,000 traffic enforcers. We only have around 2,000 right now. And imagine the volume of vehicles. So,
Yes.
so I think the call for a new leadership or the kind of leadership of MMDA is good. It's an opportunity to move forward. But as I said to Congressman Atienza when we discussed this, let's go beyond the kind of leader we need or how we elect a leader, elect or appoint the head of MMDA. Let's look at the powers that need to be back for MMDA.
So let's talk about the powers then, because like the coordination is quite hard, because some of the questions that we do encounter, for example, on my daily show, Rated PG, where people say, what if the mayor says, oh, don't mind what MMDA says, this is how we are here. It's hard because then you don't really have that power, right? Because you are overpowered basically by a mayor.
I don't have it. I don't have the power of. But then siguro maswerte lang po ako that all the mayors right now we're okay with each other, and that helps a lot. But imagine if that wasn't the case. That's not the case. Then I would have a big problem. One is tama po kayo. We need to have a good authority. Just enough authority over certain concerns over local governments. That's one. No? Let's talk about traffic. Of course, there is now what you call a single ticketing system. But the strength, it can be further strengthened. Kulang pa. We need to have a full coordination. Dapat governor, let's say governor over Metro Manila.
I know if I may just interrupt, sir.
Sige, ma'am.
I think I know why you're struggling also with this because when we talk about a coordinator, normally an overall coordinator is also followed.
Yes.
If we think about it in the general terms, like if you are assigned as the overall coordinator of something, even if there are people who are, let's say, in higher positions than you are, but if you are in charge to coordinate, people cooperate normally, generally, but it is a struggle if you don't have that specific power.
Yes.
So I kind of know why this can also be difficult.
There's so many areas where the authority of MMDA needs to be strengthened. We're just talking here about what we mentioned are the powers that should the MMDA have over local government units. That's one. So sabi ko nga doon, unlike other provinces, the towns are separated from each other. The demarcation lines are very defined. Here hindi. One city affects the other. In fact, the boundaries are not, you cannot even distinguish.
Right.
So you need an authority like MMDA that would have to rationalize all these things. Hindi pwedeng we leave it also to our city mayors. Otherwise, what will happen is they will, of course, natural tendencies to protect their own.
Right.
Hindi ba? Like Quezon City and Caloocan, the common ground would be, let's say, Marcos, Congressional Avenue or even EDSA. They will have to protect their own territory. The traffic should not be with me. Hindi ba? Itutulak mo palabas. So, that's one. Many other things. But other than the LGUs, MMDA needs to have authority over certain presently national concerns that are needed for Metro Manila. A case in point would be franchising.
Okay.
Franchising, wala po kaming hindi po kami kinukonsulta. But because I'm in good terms with our DOTR Secretary Tugadi right now and our chairman of LTFRB Delgra, nag-uusap po kami.
Yes.
And definitely kinukonsulta po ako. But what I'm saying, in truth, for the longest time when MMDA was created, there was no coordination between LTFRB and MMDA. That's very important because the number of where do you put your bus stops? How many bus stops are supposed to be there, or jeepneys that the routes? Who justifies the routes? Hindi po kami yun.
Right.
In the same manner that I don't have a say also on the LGU power of having tricycles. Wala rin talaga eh.
Would that explain, sir, like you know how sometimes, like you mentioned, in a certain city they have a specific ordinance. Then you don't know. Suddenly you get led to, let's say, San Juan, right?
Yes.
If you're coming
Mag-iba
from,
na.
yeah, it changes, and you're just like, what? Because we didn't know that.
Yes.
They have specific things there too.
It's just good right now that it hasn't really happened drastically and to the point that people begin to, in general, Metro Manilans suffer. But it's starting, hindi ba? There are areas now where you have the coding in place, tapos wala. Merong areas that there's odd even already in place, tapos may iba wala. So talagang dapat, Metro Manila is so unique. We really need to have a full administrative authority over it. So parang sabi ko nga, we're talking about federalism. That this is a good area where we should really begin to study the benefits of federalism. It should be an authority. There should be an administrative authority over Metro Manila.
And of course, not everybody agrees. Like when it comes to that federalism, like they say, that we don't really need to go there. But at the same time, I agree with you that it would be a good example to be able to set, what we need for when it comes to federalism also. But you're also going to struggle, sir, with the mindset of the people.
Totoo.
So that's, I think, the biggest challenge.
So it's even okay, let's not even discuss federalism here. It's just what do we need in Metro Manila?
Right.
Yun lang, di ba? Housing, for one, should be the concern of Metro Manilans alone.
Right.
Di ba? We don't need to go to a national body to do it. Transportation. It's something that we are concerned with. Of course, the ones the national engagements fine, no, but here in Metro Manila, we should have a say with our routing, with our franchising. Siguro case in point, LRTA. I mean, when MRT was built, that was what I think around 15 years, 20 years ago. I'm not sure. No, but when it was built, not one of the city mayors were ever consulted on building it. So what happened? Right now, the problem of congestion or traffic in EDSA, one reason is that there are certain areas that should have been left open, and unfortunately, you have the MRT there in the middle. There are some areas there that should have been closed. Unfortunately, because of MRT, it's not closed. So, wala eh. The mayors were not consulted, and right now it's there in the middle. Yes, it's supposed to carry the number of passengers. The intention was good, but then right now it's the one also that's creating an obstacle in how to have a better traffic plan in EDSA.
So you say, sir, that Metro Manila is so unique, and it has been that way ever since. Just for the benefit of our listeners, why? Why is it so unique? I mean, what makes it so different from, let's say, Cebu or Davao, for example? Is it because we're so many?
Yes, that's one. We're so
Everything's centralized here?
everything centralized here. As I mentioned a while ago, there are no specific boundaries that would define the kind of problems that you have in one area.
Yeah.
That is different from pare-pareho eh.
Yes, yeah.
So we really need that central authority.
Right. And how I think also it was designed before, cities in Metro Manila are actually connecting. Is it like circular or something?
Oh, yes. The design that we have right now in Metro Manila is a throwback from the time the Americans were our administrators, no? So in fact, maganda naman yung pagkaplano nila. They say we have the same plan as Washington DC, except that probably one thing that we failed to pursue is to implement that plan. So right now we are still in the process of implementing what was supposed to be then, and then at the same time there were many areas that they planned not to do that we did. So medyo madugo talaga. But having said that, you feel bad. This is our situation, and then there's so many problems. But I've been to other cities, and I've talked to other administrators. The same problems that we have right now were their problems years ago. Singapore, for example, Korea for another one, Seoul and Tokyo, they had the same problems as what we are experiencing now. No, buses, they had the same bus problems. And that's why what I'm saying is it's not something new. We can handle this because they've done it before. We can do it again.
Right. I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. But it's a challenge.
It's a challenge, but the solutions we can learn from them.
Yes.
Like the buses, no. Right now we have 100 operators.
Okay.
Sila rin naman nung araw ganun din, but they made it into one.
Right. We have a caller, sir. For you. For Sir Tim Orbos. Yes. Okay. Sino siya? How do we open this? Bu naman, magpa-participate kayo. Ask all your questions to the chairman. Okay? Yes? Okay na? Okay. What line? Anong line? Line 1? Okay. On sa phone 1? Okay. Hello? Yes, hello? Hello. Yes, good morning. Yes, go
Good
ahead.
morning ho, si Mang Hernan to.
Hi, Mang Hernan. Good morning. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Si Chairman Orbos ang ating guest.
Yes po. Good morning.
Nagsisigo siya na nakikinig ako kasi it looks like my ideas also are in tune with his ideas, especially regarding Metro Manila, no? Hello?
Opo,
Yes,
salamat
go
po.
ahead, Mang Hernan.
Yeah, matagal na kasi ako sa Metro Manila. I na-experience the problems that we are now in, ano? Metro Manila should be, I think there should be a special law converting it into a government unit. One government unit headed by a governor. I heard you mention about that.
Yes.
Did I
Okay.
hear it right?
Yes, you did. Go ahead, Mang Hernan.
Yeah, because Metro Manila right now is ungovernable. Would the chairman agree with me?
Opo, totoo po yan. I fully agree with you.
Yeah, ungovernable because it's city. Para sila yung parang sila pa rin ang hari. In spite of MMDA, di ba?
Opo.
Sa traffic na lang, yun ang nangyayari. Could a special law would solve the problem by Congress?
Yes po, kasi po yung creation po ng MMDA, yung bago po no sa creation of law ng RA I think 7924. So basically if we need to, kung papalakasin po natin ito, we need the Congress to act on it.
Correct.
So ako po talagang totoo, even yung barangay hindi ko humapag
Correct,
Hindi sumusunod sa amin unless we really, ngayon lang po ba sinabi po ni Presidente, kailangan sumunod kayo sa katulad po ng illegal parking, napakasimpleng problema.
Yeah.
Pero hindi ho namin magalawan until we have that power na ibibigay po sa amin.
Yeah, at palagay ko nga, meron na ba kayong draft?
Meron na po. Ang totoo po niyan, there are several versions of strengthening MMDA nasa Kongreso, nasa Senado na po. In fact, si Chairman Bayani has a very good version of the bill. Congressman Atienza.
Long time, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we should post this through, no? To the effect na mag-iisa na lang ang gobyerno ng Metro Manila. Special something.
Opo, yung Special Administrative Authority tulad po sa Tokyo, tulad po sa Seoul. So may mga ganun po naman talaga na dapat gawin dito.
Correct. Marami na yun eh. Kaya bakit ang tagal-tagal na natin na yun, ang problema na yan, hindi pa rin natin natuntun ang pinaka-solusyon dyan. I'd just like to repeat, I've been thinking about that. A good thing that I heard you advocating such a thing, na kailangan isa na lang ang gobyerno sa Metro Manila, and we should do it post-haste. Ibig sabihin, as early as possible, Congress could pass a law to that effect. Makakabuti hindi lamang sa Metro Manila, but sa buong bayan, di ba?
Opo, totoo po yun.
Kaya pa, kaya ako napunta sa Metro Manila long time ago dahil lang sa opportunity sa provinces ay wala akong nakikita. Kaya kailangan siguro Metro Manila should be governed like a province or city, single city, isang city lang, di ba? Para naman makontrol natin yung lahat na hindi lamang resources kundi yung management, especially traffic.
Tama po yun. Kailan po kayo lumipat dito sa Manila, sir?
50s ba? 50s.
Matagal na yan si
Tagal na.
Dito lang, hindi pa kayo yata nakaka-college doon.
Okay. Mang Hernan, thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. Okay.
Totoo yun eh.
Yeah, it's
totoo, no? So we really need to face the problem now. Wala tayong choice eh.
Yeah.
Otherwise, lalaki lang ng lalaki.
Right. And it's like as you said earlier, it's been a long time. It's like we haven't even gone into phase 1
No,
yet.
Pia, another point. Pasig River. Who has control over that?
Right.
Since all the cities have their own, ayoko yan eh. Di ba
Right.
problema yun eh?
Okay, we'll continue that, sir. We'll continue
Oh,
that
sige.
thought. Hold that thought. We'll just pause for a short break. We'll be right back here on Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang dami ng peke sa world.
Unfair.
Pati ba naman puti mo? Peke din? Para totoong puti, mag Myra Vita White Moisturizer. May vitamin E at natural plant extracts to help nourish skin for that healthy white glow. May double sunscreen na, non-sticky pa. Ito ang totoong healthy white glow. From Myra Vita White Moisturizer. Yan ang alagang holistic.
Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
Kasabay ng pagtilaok ng manok, mapapakinggan na ang inyong tagapanggising sa umaga, si Mr. Aksyon Oro mismo, Gani Oro. Gani Oro. Kaya't pagsapit ng alas 6 ng umaga, buksan na ang inyong radyo at itutok sa DZRJ 810 AM para mapakinggan ang ora mismong balitaan. Si Gani Oro sa Balita Oro mismo. Balita Oro mismo. Alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng umaga, dito lamang sa DZRJ 810 AM. Hatid sa inyo ng 8-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Makibahagi sa talakayan at usapin ng mga napapanahong negosyo kasama si John Paul sa programang BizTalk 101. Makinig at matuto sa mga kwento ng tagumpay sa pagninegosyo. BizTalk 101. BizTalk 101 kasama si John Paul. Linggo alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, dito lamang sa DZRJ 810 AM. Hatid sa inyo ng 8-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. This program is brought to you by 8-Try Media Pro Incorporated.
Okay, and we're back here on Education Radio, where we deal with anything and everything about Philippine education. Especially today, we're talking to Chairman Tim Orbos of the MMDA. Chairman, thank you so much. Some of the questions that are being asked, what's the difference ba daw between a chairman and a governor? Okay, so we'll answer that. Just like brief, but of course,
Now
you, sir.
well, governor by the very name, term of it is elected. A chairman, well, is appointed. Siguro that's, although there's really no direct meaning to it, but if you look at how where we are right now, the chairman is appointed by the president. The governor, of course, is elected by the people.
Okay. So we're live po, sir, simulcast at 107.1 Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Power FM. So thank you so much for listening to us as we have Chairman Tim Orbos today here on Education Radio. So you were saying, sir, example, Pasig River. What about the Pasig
Ayun yung
River?
Pasig River. Pasig River is the river, I mean the vein of Metro Manila, and here we are. There's really no central authority to govern all the concerns of Pasig River. First of all, that's why probably the problem is there, because there's no central authority. There is an agency called the Pasig River Rehab Commission, but as described by the name, it's just for the rehab of Pasig River, to make it more less to make it less environmentally to make it more environmentally sound, no? So but DOTR handles all the traffic, river traffic in Pasig River, so that's another problem. Then who handles all the terminals? The one on the banks, that's MMDA.
Right.
So because of all this confusion or lack of authority, you have the problem now that nobody really wants to handle. But di ba sayang sayang.
Sayang.
Then you all have the cities there, Pasig, Makati, what's their power over Pasig River? Wala rin. So you have all this trash. So, MMDA, yes, hukay kami ng hukay, dredge and dredge, but then at the end of the day, balik din naman balik. Yung
Okay, so that explains why it's been that way. Because there's no governing authority as you
There is a governing authority,
sense.
but it's not coordinated. Yeah.
Okay. And now, what about the mindset, sir? I mean, of course, MMDA, together with DOTR and LTFRB, it's so nice to hear that you're so coordinated,
Yes,
because
yes, we
that's
are.
a big problem when you're not talking, right?
Yes,
sir?
yes. We're lucky that I'm lucky that I have with me a good coordination with the what you mentioned, that the two other agencies. And it helps. It really helps. Imagine before, MMDA cannot even get the list of authorized vehicles on the road. Wala. So how will we know na colorum yan, out of line yan? Wala. Now LTFRB gives us that fully. Imagine before that we cannot even get out a jeepney route from one area which we think is not needed anymore or should not be there, or taking advantage of a certain area. Ngayon pwede na. We can tell LTFRB that we need to reroute because of valid reasons. Dati wala. So I'm just lucky that I have that kind of a relationship.
And when you talk about a rationalization plan, just so that everybody understands, because like I had the privilege of also coming from government, so I understand what rationalization means. But for our listeners, when we talk about a rationalization plan, you are speaking of how to be able to streamline things.
Yes.
Right?
Based on certain concerns, like if we're talking about jeepney routes or bus routes, then we have to consider, more importantly, the foot traffic, the destination, the stops. So ito po, who else would know that kung hindi po tayo na taga Metro Manila? It's not a national agency that has to plan. I mean, in fairness to them, they have to plan and have authority over several areas in the whole of the Philippines. But Metro Manila, as I said, is very different. Kailangan tayo na kaagad eh. Otherwise, mahihirapan tayo. A particular bus that enters San Juan. Who did they ever before? When they put up that line in San Juan? Did they consult San Juan? Did they consult MMDA? No. Hindi ba? So, paano na yon? So, papasok na lang based on, of course, wala ka naman magagawa because they would always say na kailangan mo talaga ng linya dyan. But then, on the other hand, it causes also congestion.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's so hard. So, it's a good thing also that it seems to me that because this problem of traffic alone, and we're just talking traffic.
Traffic lang.
Sir, I want to talk about trash. Because
yun
that's
pa.
like a big issue too. Because we do. Go
yes,
ahead, sir.
That's a good example. Right now we have I think around 8,000 tons a day, 8,000 to 9,000 tons a day. It would be so easy, just like in other cities, mega cities, that we do renewable energy immediately. I mean, waste to energy.
Right.
But we cannot. Because we need to secure permits from the national government, the NR, DOE. That should be something that the local authority must have command over.
Right.
But right now we can't because there's a national policy over these things, which of course we respect. Wala namang ano dyan eh. Again, we're not trying to separate ourselves from the whole of the Philippines, but we need to look at certain, defense of course is something that all of us should be worried about. Financial policies, yes. Pero po yung what affects Metro Manila, the best is let Metro Manila decide on these things.
Right. So this is not about a power issue. It's more like the issues talaga that it's in our faces.
DPWH for that matter. We decide what the roads that we should have, the width, where to put the flyovers, etc., etc. Right now, Secretary Villar is a good friend. He's been helping me a lot. And I really admire.
Mark.
Oo, talaga napakabait yan sa akin.
Yeah. It's a good guy.
But, let's go beyond personalities. What if we're not here and we're not friends? Paano na yan?
Yeah.
Oo.
That would be so hard. So, again, going from the traffic to the trash.
Flood control.
Right.
Flood control is not, though it is, we are the ones that maintain it. We are the ones that operate it. But the budget is not with us. The planning of such is not with us.
Right.
But we get affected by it. The ones that do solid, wastewater is not with us. That's why if you look at your bill, I'm sorry, you pay for a certain amount there that's supposed to be for wastewater treatment, and yet we don't have it.
Yeah. That's very difficult, which is probably. Would it also explain why, sir, that at this point, it seems like local governments are really struck by the necessity na talaga, the urgency. It's urgent.
Yes.
So they're coordinating as much as they can as well, right?
That's why the president is in the right direction with federalism. I'm sorry, I'm not. I advocate federalism for that matter.
Okay.
But let's go beyond what we
And we've
personally
talked
believe
about
in.
it here
Oo.
anyhow, also on education.
Oh,
So,
but really talaga Metro Manila, we need those powers to ourselves here.
right. Understand. What about though the mindset, sir, of the people? Because the government, the president, you
Actually-
can't do everything.
Actually, the people,
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking here of our Metro Manilans,
Yeah.
They expect us to move on their problems.
Yes.
They expect MMDA to move on the problems that are particular here, and yet, what can I say? I'm just a coordinator.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yes.
That's why the expectation is there.
Yeah, it's as simple as when you're driving on the road and you say, "Ay nako, MMDA."
Talaga.
Diba?
Oh. And then I would get all, I open even my Facebook Messenger and all of that. Hindi pa yung complaints sa office, and you would see lahat ng complaints nila are things that I cannot move on because I'm just a coordinator. I cannot even move on a barangay unless there's a formal. If it's not a Mabuhay Lane, it's not on a national road, I cannot. Illegal parking, I cannot unless there's a complaint, and that complaint I have to turn over to the LGU for them to act on. So ang matagal, sayang ng oras.
Oo nga. And okay, so we're dealing with trash, we're dealing with so you deal also with the NDM
Oh yes.
NDR.
Yeah, that one
Whatever.
naman. That one is very defined. As far as disaster is concerned, the central authority in Metro Manila is the MMDA.
Yeah.
Totoo naman 'yon. That kaya nga maganda kung may coordination kasi diyan we're all coordinated. There's a template wherein the kind of disaster is left to the local government. If it's the intensity is higher, then it's up to us in Metro Manila and MMDRRMC.
NDRRMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it goes beyond, then when hindi na natin kaya, then we go to the national. So, but basically yung the preparation for the big one is MMD. Tayo dito.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Are we ready, sir? What do you think about it? Again, because in relation to the people, it's not just MMDA. I mean, if something happens, we can say, "Ay, nako, Lumindol, MMDA." Come on.
Hindi naman.
Diba?
Hindi na yun.
Yeah, it's
Oo.
us. Like, what are we doing, sir? How do you see the people also leveling up to the programs of
Well,
the MMDA when it comes to the big one?
I think it's a responsibility of everyone to be prepared. This is no joke. We're 400 years already from the last one that hit us, and it's due. It's due from now until never mind. I won't say the date kasi natakot lang ang matao. But look, patatamaan tayo. At this kind of population na dikit-dikit tayo dito, that kind of magnitude. JICA said 2004 immediately close to 50,000 will mawawala. Then 118,000 will be injured. That is a big number because our hospital beds in Metro Manila is only about 8,000. So where do you put them? Patay na. Fires will break out. Why? Because I thought nung una, ba't ganun? Ba't fire? Wala namang relasyon sa earthquake. But then I realized that all the water pipes will be broken. So a
Right.
small spark here will create a tremendous
like a domino
yes,
effect.
talaga. And they say that 40% of our residential structures will be down because of fires. So what am I saying here? We need to prepare ourselves. We may never be as ready as we should be, but at least to prepare is very important, and prepare not just on a national level. We have to prepare on a community level. The barangay should be involved, and of course on your own, on your family, your household, you should be prepared. The go bag is very important.
Yes.
3 days worth of supply. You should, as a family, should have a designated area to meet in case that, of course, the phones will be down, walang ilaw, walang tubig, but where do you meet? So, mag-usap-usap kayo, let's meet at my house, whatever happens dito. If not, this one, in this area, secondary. Wala, down lahat yan eh. And when we in the national government will be so preoccupied taking care of things on a national level, what happens to the community?
Right.
Talaga, we have to prepare.
Exactly. So, do you think, sir, in the barangay level, Are we, more active now or active? for
That's our
that?
target for the next shake drill, yung barangay preparedness, community level preparedness. We're doing the template now, simple things like a barangay should know how many doctors are in place,
Right.
are in their area. How many business establishments, tindahan should be protected. And therefore, how many of your residents probably have registered firearms to help in the security. Kasi by that time when this happens, the police, everyone will be busy doing the work that they're supposed to do on a national level or on a city level. But dun sa barangay mo, it's up to you to take care of yourselves.
And of course, the backup plans also, right? Like, if we lose electricity, what?
Alam mo, electricity, masakit, no? But
Yeah.
pero masakit, water.
Water's the worst.
Where do we get water? So dapat yung barangay should have contingency plans, no? Sorry, mga may golf courses, may mga swimming pools. Sorry, we have to,
We have to use those.
use those. We have
Right.
to use those. So all these things, let's be we're way beyond already the duck cover and hold. Alam na natin 'yon. Let's go for the post event scenario. What do we do in case that happens after?
Okay, and I have to ask the public schools, sir, because of course majority of like the youth will be in school. How are the public school teachers or Department of Education, for that matter, responding to this as well? But before you answer, let's just pause for a short break. We'll be right back here in Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Uy, si Miss. Unang tingin pa lang, puti na. Kinis pa.
Nag-Myra Vita White Hand and Body Lotion kasi. May vitamin E beads and natural plant extracts that help nourish skin deep inside for a healthy white glow. Puti at kinis,
Ay,
hanggang malapitan.
yala na.
Healthy white glow sa Myra Vita White Lotion. Yan ang alagang holistic by Myra.
Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
Pag-asenso sa negosyo, pag-aralan at matutunan sa Negosyo ni Carancio. Mga latest updates sa merkado, mga kaalaman sa pagdinegosyo mula sa mga eksperto at maging job openings, alamin. Ihahatid sa inyo ng ating nag-iisang Carancio sa negosyo, Miguel Hill, sa Negosyo ni Carancio. Negosyo ni Carancio, tuwing Sabado 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon at Linggo 12:00 ng tanghali hanggang 1:30 ng hapon. Dito lang sa DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. This program is brought to you by Tri Media Pro Incorporated. In radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
Good morning, and we're back here on Education Radio, where we deal with anything and everything about Philippine education, and we are with Chairman Tim Orbos. Thank you so much,
Thank
Chairman.
you.
Off there, like busy talking about all these issues, but yes, expressing also like, wow, the waste.
Yes.
When the big one happens, also, sir, I mean, we can pretty much expect the waste to be floating
Ay, nako.
around us.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oo.
Would you agree? I mean, it's
Well,
bad. It's horrible.
even without the disaster that will happen right now, it's not something that we are proud of, no.
Yeah.
But again, in all of these things, we cannot move forward to clean up, whether it's traffic, whether it's waste, if we don't, participate in the initial steps. Kailangan we should be part of the solution, and unfortunately, not all of us think that way.
Right. And it even goes to our daily issues of the traffic, which is, sir, like off the air, you were telling me, it's like the people who drive, our drivers. Like, do they even know, as you mentioned, like basic car maintenance?
It's
Do
very
they know their cars or buses?
And that's very important, because you know we have about. Would you believe we have about 200 traffic incidents per day? Whether it's an accident, whether it's a stalled vehicle. Stalled vehicle accounts for something like 40% of whatever congestion or roadblocks that we have every day. So that means stalled vehicle. That means hindi roadworthy yung sasakyan mo, and you're on the street. Di ba paano na? It's your responsibility as a car owner to have your car roadworthy. Check your tires, check your batteries, di ba?
Yes, check your batteries and make sure it's Motolite. No. Okay.
But honestly, totoo yun eh. It's your responsibility. Bumili ka na nga ng kotse, hindi mo pa siguradong maayos, and then magagalit ka. Magagalit ka to the stalled vehicle. Ikaw din naman, did you check? Grabe. And then they will tell us, dalhin nyo na lang kami. They will ask us, at MMDA they will ask us to bring their vehicle to the nearest gas station. Hindi pwede yun eh.
Yeah.
Kailangan dalhin namin kasi impounding because you caused disturbance on the road.
Paano yan? Yeah.
You know how much they pay? Grabe. You know, a stalled vehicle parang 1,500.
Yeah.
But the traffic it cost.
It costs, right?
Oo.
Like everyone who is, especially if you're right smack in the middle of the road.
Wala.
Wala na. That's
Oo.
it, yeah. And roadworthy, what else? Some of them, sir, parang hindi rin marunong magbasa. Mga signs. Isa pa yan.
Ay, nako, yes. Oo,
I'm
totoo yun.
sorry to say it, but it is the truth. That how do these people get licenses, but you know, they don't only know anything about their cars, but also like reading signs.
Well, yeah, let's be honest. Talaga naman for the longest time, it was so easy to get a license. Ngayon po hindi na. Talaga pong si LTO, si Asek Galvante is really bent on making sure that the ones who get a license are really, you know, they know the rules and they know how to drive. Dati hindi. But you know, mag-aral ka naman, nandiyan ka na eh. May lisensya ka na ngayon eh, di ba? Doesn't mean that you can run your vehicle, that's it.
Right.
You have to remember, alam mo, the greatest challenge there is that we have to realize as drivers, as motorists, that we're not a one person on that road. We're several parties on that road and we affect each other. Yun ang nagiging problema. Parang, ang gusto lang natin lahat, point A to point B, bahala kayo sa buhay nyo, basta I will reach my destination no matter what it takes.
Right. So it boils down also to the education behind it. Kasi,
Precisely.
right,
Oo.
sir? You'd agree. Yeah.
Imagine, and who has the primordial right on the road? It's not the motorist. It's the pedestrian.
That's
Kawawa yung mga pedestrians. May gali yung pedestrian lane. Do we really respect it now? We don't.
We don't.
Oh, di ba?
Do we stop on it, sir?
We stop on it. The sidewalks are either parking areas or, you know, where you have the vendors.
Yeah.
We don't respect the pedestrians. Sila dapat.
Yeah, that's
Layo, no? Madami
Yeah,
pa tayong, madami pa tayong gagawin.
right.
Oo.
So of course, let's go to the more positive end because these are just like all these problems and
Oo.
before we
Oh no,
end
of course naman the
They're
problems.
challenges, they're
But we are going to move forward and we are going to do our work.
Right. And so let's get there now before we end the show. You the programs that we taxpayers, you know, in the Philippines, especially in Metro Manila, since we're talking about this today. What can we expect, right? We off the air we're talking about, you know, the ferry,
Oo.
right? And these are so interesting because if you have a vision, then public transport will be available for everybody.
Yes, the key talaga is public transport,
Right.
di ba? Mass transport. That's the key and we will have it. The subway in 8 years at the longest, no, 8 years. total yan. From Parañaque to Mindanao Avenue. Magagawa po yan. The railways, you have the MRT-7 being constructed that will connect all the way from Quezon City to, the outskirts of Bulacan. Then you have the LRT Line 1 extension that will pass through, finally, Baclaran and all the way to Cavite. The 13 bridges, as I mentioned, the first one that's going to be bidded out, I think within the quarter, is the one that will connect BGC to Pasig finally, no? So this will all decongest, this will all help in mass transport, and we will see the day not even our children, our generation will see all these things coming out. In 6 years it will be very, very different from how it is right now.
Right. So is this part of the grand plan of
Build.
Yes,
That's what
Dutertenomics?
yes.
galing. Ah.
This is, I think, the first time that we've allocated a bigger percentage of our budget for infrastructure. I think 7%. So bigger than the before 3%. Na malaki po ang ilalabas ng gobyerno ngayon for infrastructure.
Amazing. So we're looking into before 2019, right? That this plan is actually in place.
Yes, well, the plans are in place. Implementations, it has started. So it will be built anytime from 2019 to 2022. Tama ba? Yeah.
In the meantime, again, we'll go back to the mindset of the people, how we can cooperate, sir, with this plan. Because parang there's such a big gap between the government and then the people. Because we the people, we expect the government to solve
Cannot be.
So,
we have to be part of the solution. We have to be part of the solution. We should not rely on government alone.
So going to DepEd now, like how are we looking into our DepEd teachers, and our students participating in this? Like the shake drill, they do it.
Yes, and traffic, why not have just a module on traffic?
Good idea.
Especially here in Metro Manila, because that's something that is very unique to Metro Manila.
What about driving schools, sir? Do you deal with the driving?
I was talking to all these car manufacturers, and I told them, look, sa totoo lang, kayong kumikita dito sa problema ng trapiko eh. I shouldn't be talking to you because I feel so bad every time there's an additional car on the road. But help us. Help us with traffic discipline. Help us with our information campaign. Why don't you yourselves put up an honest-to-goodness driving facility? Hindi ba? Na talagang nandun lahat. It's all laid out. And then you don't even need to wait for government to require it. Why don't you just give it for free to your buyers?
Right.
Even the roadworthiness. Why do you need to wait for government to put up the facility? Kayo na. It is to your benefit if you do this thing. So you go beyond making money and selling and then that's it. Hindi. Your responsibility to your clients go beyond when you sell them their cars. Let them maintain their cars. Let them be the safest motorists on the road. So pwede naman eh. So that's how you help government.
Right.
Hindi yung hindi, okay ka na, bahala ka na dyan, gobyerno. They should. No, that again is turning a blind eye to the problem. You have a social responsibility. So why not? No, Motolite or Yamaha. I've talked to Toyota and then they're all willing to help. Siguro what I need na lang siguro to put this together is a group that can, kasi yun na that's another area to work on. How do you bring in people that I think now people are more aware, corporations are more aware, and then we need to bring them into the solution. Yun na yun.
Great. Thank you so much, Chairman Orbos. Your last words now as we look into this golden age of infrastructure kasamang MMD.
Ay, nako.
But sir, wait, I forgot one more thing. You are also part of the movies, di ba? Metro Manila Film Festival.
Oo nga.
So anyway, yes. Your last words?
On the film festival or?
No. Wag na yan. But I just wanted to remind everybody that MMDA is part of this too. So you can imagine the scope, right? Sir, you're not you're in everything.
No, ako naman yung kanta nga ng Journey, so for my generation, don't stop believing. Diba? We can do this. Yeah.
Okay, so-
Don't stop believing. We can manage this. Metro Manila will be the Metro Manila we want. But we need to help each other. It cannot just be us. Just cannot be government. Tulong-tulong po. And that's how we should be able to move forward.
Well, we look forward to more updates from you anytime here, of course, in our shows, Chairman.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
call in, and you have friends here.
You know, just
help.
to inform people on what's happening on the road on that particular day, particular time, in a particular place, malaking tulong. So I really look forward to having a more coordinated, relationship with your station.
Thank you so much, Chairman Tim Orbas.
Thank you. Salamat po.
Thank you. This has been another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 810 AM 8 Tri Media. This is Pia Morato. Hasta luego, everyone.
Mga usaping pang-edukasyon, iba't ibang bagay na karaniwang hindi napapansin, ngunit kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Education Radio. Tara na, makipagtalakayan at matuto kasama si Pia Morato. Education Radio, tuwing Sabado alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga, dito lang sa DZRJ 810 AM, Radyo Bandido, 8 Tri Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM, 8 Tri Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Narito ang mga programang siksik sa balita at impormasyon. Buong pusong inihahatid ng 8 Tri Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino, na papakinggan sa DZRJ 810 AM. Programang umaaksyon